Okay, Emily. Going right along. Oh, she's back. Okay.
Right. This is exciting. So many great communities and people for our full shift, 12-hour shift that we're pulling here today. And just so excited for the rest of the day. So we have some wonderful speakers coming up soon.
Yeah, I've got
in a few minutes here.
I think we've got Kathleen Bartholomew in the waiting room. Let's go ahead and bring her in. And then we've got a few more that are going to trickle in, hopefully. And I'm so excited to talk to Kathleen. She's going to be speaking at Modern Nurse Fest. So,
yes, she is
Hi,
amazing.
Kathleen.
So excited. Kathleen.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be here. We're honored to have you.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. First of all, Kathleen is going to come up to Alaska and do 2 different presentations. And I do have your email. I'll get back to you probably tomorrow. My weekend was filled with doing this. So don't worry about that video. We'll take care of it. But thank you so much for being here. And thank you for what your contribution to Modern Nurse Fest. I'm really excited about your presentation and your workshop. So maybe while we're waiting for I've got a few more that are going to trickle in. Maybe you could talk a little bit about what you're going to do at or present at Modern Nurse Fest.
Sure. For 25 years, I've taught board members, physicians, nurses, anyone in hospital settings about what it takes to create a team and safety. And in those 25 years, I've heard hundreds, if not 1,000 stories. And these stories, my background is sociology, tell me a lot about the culture. And so I learned about how I didn't see how the power was taken away from nurses by the structure. And I'm super excited to share with everybody how each voice, each nurse being dauntless individually and then collectively, how we can make an impact on healthcare and what the future could look like. If you ask nurses, what's healthcare going to look like in 20 years? I usually get a blank stare. And Carl Sandburg said, nothing happens if not first a dream. So wouldn't it be fantastic to get a group of nurses together and start that dream? And so my work, I'm a founding member of nursestransforminghealthcare.org. And what we want to do is transform health in America from a business to a service, from illness to wellness. So where do you start? And I'm going to share with everyone the research that shows that when you have a big, complex, adaptive system, change doesn't happen from the top down. You just create a you create a little spot in that system, and you create the new system in that spot, whole and complete in itself. So what if we could flip one zip code in America? And that's the work of Nurses Transforming Healthcare right now, is to flip one zip. But what if I had the wisdom and the imagination of a whole bunch of nurses at Modern Nurse Fest to contribute to this template, to say, what if nurses, led healthcare, administered healthcare? What would healthcare look like if we had the resources and were free? Or I guess a better question would be, what structure would unleash the power, potential, and autonomy of the nursing profession?
Wow. That is, I think that's going to be really powerful, because the idea is to turn that into a workshop at Modern Nurse Fest and to give nurses a chance to sit down and really utilize their, if you could have anything you want, what would it be? What would healthcare look like with no barriers? And I think we're going to get some really powerful ideas thrown out there. And it's really amazing to me that it's usually for nursing, it's usually the simplest answer. It's not these super complex systems. It's usually coming back to very, very simple answers to some of these problems that we're facing. So thank you so much for putting that workshop together. I'm so excited to have the nurses in Alaska participate in it.
Speaking of simple, one of the most important questions we're going to answer is this. So in every culture, there's a meme. It's called a meme in sociology. Firemen fight fires, teachers educate, police keep us safe, nurses What's the answer? So until we have the answer to that meme, until we all can articulate it, all over the world can articulate it. And I'll throw out to you, nurses, heal body, mind, and soul. But whatever it is, there's a picture that goes with the meme. And it doesn't matter if we're not the most, it doesn't really matter if we're the most trusted profession, because if you understood why, it's because we're most related to the idea of mother in our society. It's not because of anything we've done. We need to strive to be the most respected.
Yeah.
Right?
That's so very true. Thank you so much. And then
You're welcome.
did you want to just share with us, the big question of the day is, what does being a nurse mean to you?
Oh, it means the world. From my TED Talk, you can tell I was thrown into the profession, had no idea that I was going to be a nurse. But it is an honor, it is a privilege, and there's something, the only word I can use is sacred. There's something sacred that happens when the paths of a patient and a nurse meet. And that doesn't always end up in healing. It's healing of some kind, maybe, but maybe it's just a going with, or I'm with you. But I have hundreds of stories of those moments, and I treasure them more than I treasure anything.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.